Hello everyone, and Eid Mubarak. So, I know I mentioned a few months back regarding me and my wife, we was expecting a child. Well, our little son's here. He's happy, healthy, the sleepless nights are kicked in, but I wouldn't change it for the world. April, now because I've had time off with the new arrival and I'm heading back to London on Wednesday, I've combined April and May's results into one report. So, what I've sold, what we've rented in the DIFC. First one was a 2-bedroom index tower, 1866 square foot, facing DIFC for 2.9 million dirham. Second one was a 1-bedroom index tower again, 1,134 square foot, facing DIFC for 1.3 million dirham. Then also sold a 1-bedroom in Sky Gardens, 873 square foot for 950,000 dirhams. Rentals, 1-bedroom Zabil facing, 1,301 square foot for 120,000 dirhams. A 1-bed index, 885 square foot, facing DIFC for 87,000 dirhams. A 1-bedroom index tower again, DIFC view for 85,000 dirhams. A 1-bedroom index tower, 1,169 square foot, facing the Burj for 100,000 dirhams. And the final one was a 2-bedroom index tower, DIFC view, 1866 square foot for 140,000 dirhams. So April and May have been incredible months, not just for me, but for Allsopp and Allsopp as a company. We had the largest month in terms of revenue and properties sold since opening 10 years ago. Now, instead of sitting back in May, we've gone ahead and beaten that record from April the following month, which is phenomenal. Most properties sold, beaten. Most properties leased, beaten. Most revenue generated, beaten. Lewis Allsopp, Carl Allsopp and Gary Allsopp, the CEO, COO and chairman, are constantly driving this company forward and haven't held back since the time I've been here. The whole company works as a team and personal records are beaten every month. They've just made another big investment, and that's on marketing. They've increased marketing budget by 33%, which is huge. This means more buyers registered, more viewings, more properties sold, more properties leased. It's great to be a part of the leaders of the market. So, finish on Q&As. I had someone come back to me and ask me, how long does a transaction take once the contract is signed? Now, this varies depending on whether it's incoming mortgage, outgoing mortgage, so it's mortgage to mortgage, cash to cash, mortgage to cash, cash to mortgage. Now, if it's cash to cash, can get it through in around a week, but it's depending on NOCs, depending on DIFC, depends on managers' checks, etc. So I always like to say around 2 weeks, approximately, but you are reliant on third parties. If you have a mortgage in there, incoming mortgage, so the buyer is buying with a mortgage, then you're looking around 4 to 6 weeks. Then if you have an outgoing mortgage and an incoming mortgage, you're looking around 6 to 8 weeks, depending on banks and third parties again. The second one was, can I sell my rented property? The answer is yes. If your property is rented, please ensure that the lease is registered with DIFC. You do this online through the DIFC portal. If it's registered, when it comes to transfer and processing the payment on the portal, processing the transfer, it will come up that the property is leased. An NOC is required to be signed by all parties, by the tenant, including the tenant, confirming that he's aware that the property's been sold and there's going to be a change of owner. There's a fee of 367 dirhams, $100, for the transfer of lease, and the DIFC transfer the lease on the day of transfer. So any pro rata rent from the day of transfer up to when the owner's received, that comes back to the new buyer. So the rent that the seller has received from the day of transfer, he has to hand that back to the buyer. And that's done on a separate check. The DIFC do like each individual payment separately, but if you want to do the deductions and additions, it can be done, but there needs to be like an addendum signed by all parties. Right, so that's it for this month. If you have any questions, queries, or would like to have any discussions on the real estate market or anything in particular in the DIFC, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email or a WhatsApp. Thank you very much.